up, guys? Time to show off a new build that will be available tonight. This is a Kraken 2.1 with an opalesk abalone dial. Came out pretty awesome. It actually looks like it's got depth, but it's flat. I promise you it's flat. Did this in a brushed 170 case, milled crown, fluted bezel on here with the little white accent at the top. And then I did a set of white seiko hands, so that was fun. I thought they looked kind of cool. Had to bend this one up just slightly to make sure it went over top of all the accents, so it didn't fit nicely down inside of it. Most of the time they do not, but just had that go right over. I think it was clearing all of them except for that 12 o'clock, so good fun there. Exhibition case back. Signed rotor in there. All of them are signed, you just seldomly see them. Then this is on a distressed gray leather with off-white stitching by Mr. Gillespie over at Wristbound, with an engraved preview buckle. And that's the build. It came together pretty awesome. I hadn't done one of these fluted bezels in a while. Hadn't done a 170 in a minute. So I thought this would be perfect combination to go with. And that actually illustrates whenever I'm referencing how the movement works. My explanation is most of the time I'm using a solid caseback, but bezel on this will turn left, it'll turn right. This is a tension ring bezel. It does not click. This will be good for setting time, you know, kind of diver style, where you're needing 15 minutes or whatever. You can literally mark if you need to, or you can just keep it nice and tight, sitting at 12. Automatic mechanical. You've got a rotor in the back, and as you're moving, it's moving and putting micro winds. Puts it into these two gears here that tighten up the mainspring. So as you're moving, it's moving until it maxes it out. But if you're going to put it on and just set the time and you're not very active, you might lose time. So what you want to do is pre-wind it just a little bit. And I'll do it from showing the backside. Back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. You notice that big gear right there. Let me move a little bit. Let's get this light to come back on above me. Okay, there we go. Got motion light. As you're moving, it's moving. Hopefully you see that right there. And as you're moving here, these gears are turning, and they're turning that as well. So putting micro adjustments. You really can't see that because you're kind of moving around. But with that said, doing this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, that mixed with the rotor movement will keep your time throughout the day. If you do it for another 4 or 5 seconds, you're going to max out that 31-hour power reserve on this. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. It's got a slipping mainspring, so once it has the input it needs, it's just not putting anything more into it. So if you wind it up and then you're active, you're just prolonging that 31-hour plus. It's never, you know, dying at that point. So if you would take it off and set it down, about 31 hours later, it would be getting close. I think I normally get 2 or 3 hours more to that out of it whenever I set them and set them down to make sure that they're keeping proper time. But that's how that works. When you're happy with your winding, this has like a little, this is mineral glass if I recall, but it's flat, so it shows fingerprints and all that jazz. But there you go. Fancy. Flip this over. Pull this out to the one and only click. You can now set your time. Does not have a hacking movement set seconds, and it's going to keep going. You also notice you've got what's called a wobble crown. That deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, affecting the keyless works. Get my fingerprint off there. Alexa, what time is it? 12:21 p.m. Push this over, get it out of that time setting. And then just wind it all the way down. And that is your build. As with every build, you're going to get some matching beads. This is going to come in a Kraken slider box with Atlas watch pillow inside. It's going to come with a few things. Watch cleaner to keep everything glass and metal perfectly good to go. Non-streaky, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. You're also going to get leather conditioner to keep this strap perfectly soft. You're probably never going to need it for this strap. Super soft. But if you have some harder leather stuff at home, just apply that with a rag or something like that. Don't use one of your microfibers. Let it soak in. Typically you apply it from the back. You can do both sides, but the back's what's making contact with your wrist. So, but if you want the whole thing pliable, obviously you're going to put the whole thing kind of in it. So, and then you're going to get some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's like polywash, and it's for your domed acrylic glass. You can scratch that, so if you do, put a tiny bit of that on it. Use this microfiber and buff it out. If the scratch is up and down, just go left and right over the scratch. Buff it. Just keep like working it into that scratch. Generate some heat with your thumb. About 30 seconds of that normally takes it out. If it's still there, wait a little bit, let that solidify, and then revisit it. You're basically building that back up. And then lastly, if you scratch the case, this is brushed. Use the green side of a Scotch-Brite and just brush it in. Literally just hold it on there and then do a rounded pull. If it's on the side, just do them straights. Don't go back and forth. You'll get a line that you're not wanting. You're wanting kind of a, just look and see how they go. If they look like they're going straight over, make sure you pull it straight. If they look like they're rounded down, which through the camera I can't quite tell. Maybe the bigger side will help me. You know, I don't necessarily see brush lines specifically on the sides, but if I were to gauge it, I would say they're straight, like they're not rounded down. Those ones you can see rounded. So, but that is the build. That's how to take care of it. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.